Oh dear lord, the Sky are screwed. The Sky are screwed. You might say the sky is falling. Ba-dum-bum. But yeah, the Sky GM has come out. Apologies there. The Sky GM has come out and talked about the team's bad start, and there are some things that I'm like, oh dear God, this team is screwed.
In order to ensure that everything made it to Sports Center when your general manager Jeff Pagel publicly drops the line, the Chicago Sky did more than simply throw Angel Reese under the bus. They revved the engine, floored it, reversed it back over her, and then gazed directly into the closest camera. The basketball equivalent of slapping someone across the face with a press release is, "We need more out of you," but naming you by name isn't constructive criticism. Rather, it's a well-planned hit job. It's more about making a statement than it is about inspiring others, and Angel Reese is officially the lightning rod.
Yeah, it's going down in Chicago. The sky is falling. The sky is falling. We got the Chicago Sky general manager, Jeff P., throwing Angel Reese under the bus? Jeff P. said he's had enough of missed layup.
Angel at a fashion show, Reese looked more confident than Kanye and attracted as much media attention as Taylor Swift did when she showed up at an NFL game. She wasn't just a rookie, she was the Chi Barbie, dressed in charisma, drenched in hype, and carrying so many expectations that you would think she was carrying championship trophies on the first day. However, after a few games, the Chicago Sky front office suddenly treats her like a clearance rack Barbie with scuffed heels and missing accessories.
Dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. Again. And I had just complimented Angel Reese for being efficient. I had just complimented Angel Reese for putting together a respectable performance. Of course, the Chicago Bravado, they still got their ass kicked, but that doesn't matter. All that matters to the lonely men who follow Angel Reese on social media is that she looks good. But like I told you guys the other day, an excellent performance from Angel Reese, it is rare.
In a live news conference, General Manager Jeff Pagloa, who, let's face it, isn't exactly known for his grace, spent the customary coach's speech and went all scorched earth instead of using vacuous platitudes or generalizations like, "The whole team needs to step up. We need more from Angel Reese." Jeff took the microphone like it was a courtroom drama, stared down the media, and fired a direct shot. He called her out by name in the spotlight, leaving no room for interpretation or subtlety, and he left the building with last season's merchandise.
It's a long season, there's a lot of game left, but this is unexpected and I've been very disappointed. General Manager Jeff Pagloa told the Sun Times as he sat in seats at Barclays Center watching his team's morning shoot-around. We had pretty big, significant expectations for the season, which is why I made the moves I made. His assessment was that the Sky's 2-6 need to improve everywhere going into to address the lack of cohesion on defense and poor shooting. Going into Tuesday night's loss, they let a league worst 90.1 points per game. We're shooting just 39%.
And that was only the appetizer if you felt it was spicy. Insiders claim that what transpired behind closed doors gave the impression of a civil brunch, but in reality, a full-blown group exorcism masquerading as a team talk. Think team therapy session minus the therapy plus a generous helping of unresolved tension took place. The walls of the locker room may still be vibrating from the fallout. Glass shattering deck, nuclear voices, fingers pointed like weapons, and chairs were allegedly shifted in ways that suggested they were this close to being thrown.
Oh, this was it. Let me start it over here. So Angel Reese hair was pulled, and she immediately, oh my God, she pushed the player. Camila Cardoso stepped in. Come on, bro. This is bad. This is bad. Angel Reese did speak to reporters immediately after the game. Check out what she had to say. Roll the footage, man.
And I kind of been a passer all my career. I came out of high school as the #1 wing and trying to get back to that, trying to get back to being super versatile. And Tyler made that emphasis early on in the season. And I didn't understand it. And I really was kind of confused and trying to figure it out. And I'm still figuring it out.
Now, to be fair, This season in 2025, Angel Reese hasn't exactly been dominating the Nets. She's scoring 10 points per game on a cold 35% shooting from the field and averaging 12 rebounds per game. Credit where credit is due, but let's face it, rebounding by itself doesn't win games when you're making wide-open layups like it's a free throw contest for bricks. Compared to her rookie campaign, when she scored 13.6 points per night on a slightly better 39% shooting percentage, no one expected her to make threes from the logo. Instead, we expected her to make the easy shots, especially those that were within 3 feet of the rim. If we had $1 for every point-blank shot she has missed this season, we could probably make enough money to buy the entire Chicago Sky front office and still have money left over for a hot dog. Even while there is still potential, it must eventually be realized in order for all of that swagger to appear to be smoke.
But the point is, you're posting this, you've got a game at 11 a.m. Central Time, and you are a 6'3" forward shooting 36% from the field, and you're averaging over 3 points less a game than you were last year, and you can't even get a block shot at your height. You're also, by the way, down a rebound and a half a game. And this is what you're worried about, is social media chatter. And look, I think here's the thing. She must love this. Otherwise, she wouldn't keep crashing out and posting things like this. Guys, this is cringe.
Whoever came up with the rebounds thing, y'all ate that up. Because rebounds, rebounds, anything that comes off that board, it's fine.
But Jeff wasn't just crunching stats or reading box scores. Oh no, this was much deeper. This was about accountability, the corporate buzzword that usually means someone's about to get politely roasted in public. She's had some great games, he said, with all the enthusiasm of someone trying to compliment a salad at a steakhouse, and some games that haven't been her best. That's GM speak for we're pacing holes in the carpet backstage while publicly pretending everything is fine. But then came the cherry on top, the PR gold nugget. We need her to help us in other ways too. Oh really, Jeff? What ways are those exactly? Running halftime trivia, handing out foam fingers. Because if Angel Reese is now expected to be the franchise's spiritual mascot, that's new. But let's be honest, other ways in basketball isn't code for makeup tutorials or posting motivational quotes on Instagram. It means doing the dirty work, hustling on defense, diving for loose balls, bringing fire to the huddle. It means energy, grit, and leadership, the invisible glue that holds a struggling team together. And when that jump shot isn't falling, those are the things that separate the good from the great.
Is under fire from the Chicago Sky general manager. The general manager names Angel Reese by name and says, "We need more out of you." Now I'm scrolling through Twitter, doing my thing. You guys know how I do. Got the air breezing through my hair in those Twitter streets. I do. And I take a look and I see something that catches my attention. The Chicago Sky make a request to Angel Reese amid losing streak. Interesting. What is this request?
The irony here is that despite the Chicago Sky's dismal 2-6 record, league worst 90 points per game, and clanking shots at a dismal 39% from the field, the front office decided it was time to fire Angel Reese, as if she had personally deflated the basketballs. Ignore the fact that one of the game's most seasoned playmakers, Courtney Vanderloot, is out for the season, and that coach Tyler Marsh centered the entire offensive plan around Camila Cardoso, who has, incidentally, been about as dependable as a dollar store umbrella during a hurricane. However, let's pretend that Angel Reese is the main issue. You must now consider whether this is still about basketball or if it is more about branding and aesthetics. Angel was positioned as the savior, the Gen Z magnet, and the TikTok queen, with the goal of reviving fan interaction and bringing the LSU magic and NCAA glory to the professional ranks. However, when you're losing by 20 points and bricking layups, no one is buying merchandise or watching lip sync. TikTok's branding is adorable, but buckets matter, and at the moment, Angel's brand is being dragged harder than Kane Clark attempting to draw a foul.
It says here, guys, that the general manager, Jeff Pagliocca, is it Pagliocca or Pagliosa? You guys know I'm bad with names. But pretty much, he's opened up the publications about his team's performance and shared his thoughts on how Angel Reese could contribute more to their team's goals, and admits he's disappointed with the start to the WNBA season. What did you expect, Jeff? You sold your future for the present. You really had in your head that Angel Reese is a #1 talent. She's a superstar. And you guys continue to inflate her head, inflate her mindset, which feeds the mentality.
Speaking of Caitlyn, we will definitely travel there at the same time as Angel Reese is being shoved under a double-decker bus and called out by her own general manager. Like it's her coronation tour, Caitlyn Clark is essentially being carried through the league on a golden throne. Her stats show that she's scoring 19 points per game, dishing out 9 assists, pulling down 6 rebounds, and already recording a triple-double. It's like she's playing a Tuesday night pickup game, and she's making threes like she has cheat codes enabled, and the ball just follows her like she's the Steph Curry of the Midwest. Meanwhile, Angel's jump shot looks like someone swapped the ball with a greased watermelon. She's hustle, grabbing boards, and getting ready for the camera, but behind the scenes, it's a different story. According to insiders, some veterans have had enough of missed layups and losing games that could have been won because someone couldn't convert under the rim. There are girls in that locker room who think she's getting chances they'd never be allowed to fumble, one source even whispered. Not only is there dissatisfaction, but it's also animosity, and resentment promotes divide. Bid farewell to playoff hopes and welcome to the drama of the offseason.
Look, this page was never intended to talk about bias in sports, let alone the world, right? But there's clear...
Get into a bag. We're trying to flex on this? This is not impressive. Bro, this can't be real, dog. Does she know what me-bounds mean? T-shirts, sweatshirts, and hats. You really think you're gonna make a lot of money with this merch? I saw a girl make a video. She was like, I can't wait to get my sweatshirt. I can't wait to get my hat and my me-bounds merch. Y'all remember when Russell Westbrook went to the Lakers? He was shooting poorly and they was calling him West Brick. But imagine if Westbrook would have took that West Brick and trademarked it and made t-shirts and sweatshirts. Me-bounds is an insult. It means all your rebounds are coming from your misses. You really want your fans to be rocking merch that actually insults your play? I mean, if you make a lot of money, you're gonna have thousands and thousands of people wearing merch that insults you.
Know what else you can kiss goodbye? That glitzy, curated influencer lifestyle they pushed on Angel Reese like it came with the rookie contract. Let's not pretend this was some rogue diva move. Front office insiders are whispering that the Chicago Sky encouraged her to lean into the Kai Barbie persona. Brand deals, red carpets, photo ops. They wanted the spotlight. They needed it. So when she's a little rusty at practice, after a night of smiling for cameras at some fashion gala, suddenly it's her fault. Now the same executives who booked her for campaigns or doing shocked Pikachu faces like she showed up in stilettos instead of sneakers. Let's talk about Jeff Pagliocca too. This man didn't just stumble into the GM role, he architected this entire chaos he built. The roster signed off on the coach, approved every marketing stunt, yet somehow when it all starts looking like a mid-season meltdown, it's Angel taking the fall. Please, she's 22, she's still learning the league. Meanwhile, Jeff's throwing bricks from inside the very glass house he designed. If accountability had a Hall of Fame, Jeff wouldn't even make the ballot. Take some ownership, or at least drop the stones before the whole place shatters.
By her teammates in the front office of this organization, and you are wondering why you can't get high performance out of your superstar #1 player and why the team chemistry is just not there. You literally have a team full of old veterans. You guys see it every night. They don't have any juice.
Now, this isn't a story about a cancel Angel. She isn't lost since she isn't even close to an angel. Reese has demonstrated glimpses of the talent that made her famous before she ever set foot on a WNBA court. Her rebounding is persistent. Her energy is contagious, and she is unquestionably one of the league's hardest working rookies. She has stated it herself, "I put my head down and work every single day." I know the results will show, and maybe they will, but in Chicago, patience is starting to wear thin. This is a team that banked on her being the cornerstone, the face of the rebuild, the spark to rekindle a franchise, but so far they've had turbulence instead of takeoff, inconsistent play.